Bonjour l'équipe, bienvenue dans la 3e saison. That's right, we are back for Season 3 with Montpellier, and let me give you a little bit of a spoiler. This is what we've been working on over the off-season, wherever you can see it. Spoiler alert, that's what we've done, that's the research, and that's the team. Make no sense to you? Good, let me explain it in a bit more basic terms, with pictures, pretty pictures, and exciting new players. Roll the intro, let's go.
Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Season 3, we are not messing about. We have made a whole host of changes to our team, but before we introduce you to the newcomers, as we like to do in exponential, over-the-top style, let's say a little goodbye first and foremost to those who have been released, who have departed this Montpellier side. So let's rip into it, starting things off with a few of our local guys who have said goodbye to not having their contract renewed. Is the two Galatier brothers? Are they brothers? We're calling them brothers. But anyway, we've got the midfield fly half Galatier, and we've got the back row Galatier, both of them departing the club, end of their contracts. We just didn't need them, they just weren't good enough for where we're taking this team. We also said goodbye to Mohammed House. Again, not good enough, and if you see what we've brought in, the front row stocks have been very well boosted up. We also say goodbye to a number of players who actually had their contracts terminated, not expired, but it is goodbye we say to Tissalon, Maraud, De Vere, Bacogni, and a number of our imports as well. From the European side of things, we say goodbye to scrum half Umarche, who was also terminated from his contract. Wyn Jones, the Welsh prop, yep, another prop departing the Montpellier shores. And the three non-EU international stars, Pulu, Isles, and Serfontaine, all out the window. Bye-bye to those three. Now you may be sitting there going, wow, we've just cleaned out a lot of players. 13, if I'm not mistaken. I could very well be mistaken, because counting, well, I don't have 13 fingers, so how am I supposed to go that high? Otherwise, we've signed a number of superstar players, so let's take a look at those lads. So first things first, re-signings, and it was a no-brainer here. You guys have said it in the comments. This man has been our most underrated player in all of this, well, was it career or seasons sort of thing with Montpellier. Mikel Capelli signed on yet again. Good little wage too, 55k. We've grabbed him for 5 years as well. And considering he was on 153, I'll take that big pay drop. Great for the club. Welcome back, Mikel. It was no surprise we were going back down the well of Gilbert Sally. I would have liked more than 1 year, but 1 year was all that this stubborn prick would accept. He is on 170,000, which seems a little steep, but considering before the season he was on 522k, I welcome the massive weight drop of Vincent Gilbert Sally. He's back, and I think we're really well off in the hooker department alongside Garado. These guys are certainly up there with the best. He's not had too much time to shine in recent season, but Gabriel Ngundibi has signed on yet again, 5 years, 75k. That is a great salary considering, again, before he was on 209. These guys are going to be living in garbage cans if they keep this up. Big pay cut. The club is the one doing the smiling. Welcome back, Gabriel. This next re-signing has been a man who has almost become a little bit of a cult figure, or someone as we've brought up from a child. Thomas Darmon, the fly half who's been in and out of the team. Good backup, good depth. He's young, and his salary, 5 years, 110k. Don't need to worry about that. He was on 318. We're saving money like nothing else. If some of this money could go to me personally, I'll be quite happy actually. But Darmon, welcome back, 70 rated fly half. Good to sit around on the bench if things get really nasty with those injuries. It's a bit of the old firm coming back again. Yvonne Rolhak back again for 3 more years. Again, 276,000 down to 95. Jeez, we are just perfect negotiators, aren't we? Saving money left, right and centre. Good to have you back though, Yvonne. Quality player again, depth in that midfield. I don't know if he's going to see many matches this season, but with what we've signed, it's great to have these guys in cover, knowing that they're at their ability, where they can perform in the top 14, and they aren't good enough to start in our team, makes us look really, really good. Yvonne Rollhart, back again for another 3 years. And of course, it would be rude to get Rollhart back and not, of course, get Arthur Vincent back in that midfield combination as well. Those two played together a number of times, but the 22-year-old, too young, too good to just leave out in the rain. 5 years, 75k, down from 241. Arthur, back again. Let's see how many games you get this year. Hopefully, things going well. Not too many. Okay, Montpellier fans, it's time to get ready for the big new signings coming to Montpellier Rugby Club for season number 3. Kicking things off with the local French players, but let's be fair, these guys are almost more important than the imports. Let's start off in the front row. We'll welcome one of the new names to the team, coming in at a monstrous 110 kilos, the big loose head prop. It's welcome to Montpellier for Sedat Gomez. And I'll tell you what, we really took the advice of the comments this season. Big names, big ratings, and big boosts in the front row. Experience, power, and the knowledge of French rugby. Eddie Ben Arous. Well, I'd like to claim this one for myself. 125 big bucks. This guy, just 24 years of age, 4-year contract, 170 well-spent $1,000 a season. Oh, get excited. We've picked up the man, Demba Bomba. Now here's a man where your French knowledge really come to the fore about. He really did stretch our signing capabilities, but at 29 years old, experienced, powerful, and great at the back row positions. He's versatile at 6 or even 7. Look out for this man. He's going to be a star in the Montpellier shirt. It's Alvin Poissons. Ho, ho, ho! You want power? You want power? I'll give you guys some damn power. Look no further. 133 kilos, 200 centimeters tall. There's none other. Romain Tao Fafanoa. We are all about the future here in Montpellier as well, and we'd like to get the young stars. Here's one for you. Another Frenchman, 22. He's big, he's powerful, he sits at the back of our, well, injury-ravaged scrum. It is Jordan Joseph. What about the backs, I hear you say? Surely we're going to get some French flair in our backline. Well, I tell you something. We're getting some real superstar French flair, all right, on the wing. Let's be honest, left or right, he's fast, he's explosive, and he is just a big titty Thomas. You guys pinpointed in the comments, fly half was a position we needed to pick up on. A few suggestions, we've gone with a real star, 26 years old, 81 rated. Give me some of that. It's Anthony Brillo! Now we move into a couple of European slots we have opened up through some contract terminations. This one is going to prop us up even further. The Scotsman, he is a great ruckus assembler. He is a tormentor. He just steals the ball and he takes names with it. It's none other than Hamish Watson. Well, this one got a bit exciting. I saw him on the list and I thought he is a perfect fit for what we need in our midfield. He is an up-and-coming star of English rugby. Good pace, good power, kicking game, everything in the back pocket. We're going to love this kid this season, I think. He is 25, and he's in Montpellier. It's Max Mylands! Oh, you thought we were done? Oh no, we're not done yet. We go to our international non-EU imports. And I tell you what, team, we've got some absolute stunners. You see the first one, he's great, he's superb, he's fantastic. The only downside, he's Australian. But we can look past that and welcome in the fantastic Tate McDermott. Now we are saving the best to last, and that's kind of surprising given that second to last is the big Kiwi rampaging bulldozer. He used to play for the Hurricanes. He's gone to greener pastures, but now Montpellier have picked up the big midfield bulldozer, Ngani Laumape. Oh, viewers, you are not ready for this one. It is the King, the Rugby World Cup champion. Oh, there's none other like him, Marcus Ola Mapimpi. And that is your full Montpellier team for season number 3. Let me know in the comments, who is your standout signing for this season? Boy, we got some absolute cracking signings, and we really pushed those signing restrictions to the absolute limit. Most of these guys were on the absolute cusp of what we can sign. There was a number of other players that you guys suggested that I looked at either for money reasons or they were just too good for us at the moment. One Priso, the prop, too good. 80 rated prop, we can only go up to a 75. He was too good for us. Other targets, well, we went for Laumape. We were going to grab GC Creel. Creel, though, has gone off to breathe. That's a bit of a surprise. I wanted to get an Italian brother for Padovani. We looked at Pellegrini. Again, he was too good for us. And in the end, he's gone and signed for Toulouse. The other man we looked for was Dweeba, another big man in the front row. Unfortunately, could not pick him up with the money we had left over, and he in turn has gone to Bordeaux. The only player out of all the ones we released that actually found another club to go to is Carlin Isles, and he was picked up by Racing 92. And when I last looked, he was riding the pine up in the stands, getting no game time whatsoever. But hopefully, when we meet Racing later on, we may get to see Carlin yet again in their colours instead. Now, let's move on. You've met the new players. You've said you're crying goodbyes to all the ones that have left. Now, it is time to look forward to the new season. Now, we had 4 friendly matches to play. As every season, the game just breaks and we only get to play 2 or 3. This year it was 3. We kicked things off with Clermont. Then we took on, funny that, Racing 92 before finishing up with Agen last of our 3rd friendly. So let's take a little snip at some highlights from those 3 games for you guys to check out. So we kicked things off away to Clermont, and we had a few names missing from this matchup as well, and a number of debutants. So Mapimpi was out for this whole pre-season on international duty. You can see the starting 15 and the reserves right here, right now. But there was debuts too. You can look through them. Gomez, Bumba, Talfa-Fanua, Placines, Watson, Joseph, McDermott, Bello, Laumape, Malins, Thomas in the right wing at 14. Padovani, of course, was here last season. I think what was there? 11 debutants, so that left 4 players in the team last season playing today. Also injuries, Geelong, Schleru, Belarus, a new player out injured, Kamada and Wadrago missed out on today's matchup. Strong bench, but let's see if we kick off our season of friendlies in the right manner. We were just 12 minutes into the game when we got our first piece of bad news and a poor sign for the start of our new season. Using the forwards, trying to get close to the line, barge our way over. Demba Bumba going down with what looked like an injured knee or calf or something, but he was okay, and we got him back in game 2. It took nearly the full half for us to get our first pie of this season. Yes, we went to the left wing, and it was the Welshman. Here's the continuity of last season. Lewis Reed Samet sidestepping the fullback and diving in nicely down the left wing. Big first try for Montpellier, and it was the Welshman down the left. One of the few international players or EU players that actually kept their spot in this lineup. A number of new faces, but look who it is. Old Trusty keeping things together. Nice little step here, shimmy off the right foot to the left side. And then too much gas to skimp away from the cover defence. A good start from Lewis, Reese, Zammit, and of course, Montpellier. Bello was on conversions, and you know, he's a good kicker. He's an ace goal kicker. And there's no surprises here. He smoked it, 7-0. Well, the halftime buzzer had rung at this point. It was 7-0 to Montpellier. This is, well, not anything grand, but this was just how good we were in patches. This offload from Joseph, absolutely outstanding. Thomas in the backfield, the poor pass, just let it all down. And the counter-attack here from Clermont was also rather tasty. In the first half, that was filled with pretty much average rugby. That certainly was a highlight. So we made our way to half-time. I would say anything but firmly in control, but a decent little first half. Good little nudge, we had good position, good territory. The try, of course, to reset it. 7-0 up against a team that we really do typically struggle to beat. It didn't take long into the second half before we got to see what some of our new names could really do. Reset it again really has been the electric man in this backline as he sparked yet again with a beautiful offload. Bello down the left wing, put the fend out. He was a bit confused. There's with the crowd. Felt like, yes, he's away. No, we're going to stop him. Yes, he's away again. In the end, Bello scored. It was a great second try for Montpellier, and he went on to convert his own try as well. A good little start here for our new fly half. Anthony Bello off to a good little start, but look where the spark came. All from Reese Zammit. He carved up through the guts, and then it was a pace race here. Basiliato with a great acceleration to start us off there, but he fell away towards the end, and Bello said, thanks very much. I'll take these 5, and you know what? Give me another 2 as well. Things started to go a little bit pear-shaped for Clermont as they tried to chase this game. A good bust down the left side, finding a lot of room. McDermott, great little ball inside and a monstrous hit, giving the yellow card. Instantly, Moala off for 10. Great spot just outside the 22. We aimed up some 3-pointers here for ourselves, put up a tidy little lead. At this point it was 14-0, the kick to come from Bello. Of course, he doesn't miss these either. He doesn't miss anything, I don't think, ever. He is just a flawless goal kicker. 14-0, man in the bin. We were looking to take control here as Clermont were clearly struggling. And you would think with a man in the bin that Montpellier would certainly run away with this matchup, but that was anything but the case. Man down, look at this counter-attack play here from Clermont. Moving it out to the left-hand side, in ball to Basiliato, who's got the wheels. We know he does, a little bit in and out, shaving away from Tate McDermott, giving him the 1-2. McDermott dust in the mouth, and it was Basiliato. Great try. And a little bit of concern now for Montpellier. Great little spark as well down this left-hand wing. Excellent offload back on the inside. Caught both of our defenders out. You see us commit there. Then the little in and out. Beautiful from Yato. Love to see it in a player. How good would it be to see him in a Montpellier shirt later on? Camilo Lopez, the man who started it all down the left side. On the tee as well for Clermont. Back in the game, points on the board, and at 17 points to 7. Maybe this game wasn't quite over yet. Still a man in the bin. You're only going to get stronger. Well, momentum is a funny thing, isn't it? And Clermont had their tails up as we headed towards the final minute of this matchup. Could they restore some respectability, or would Montpellier close this one out? Well, you saw it start there. Beautiful try, busting down the left-hand wing, running out of space, running out of room. Not a problem for Clermont. Offload central, beautiful finish, and Lopez grabbing the final say in this matchup. In the sparks of the buzzer, they finish with a flurry. Wow, this is very nice. George Marlowe beating him out on the outside, popping it infield. It's a big loose head prop, finding the support line. But look at this, 2, 3 defenders taken out. It looked like there was no chance for the Clermont try, but somehow they get it over in the corner. A night for the fly halves tonight. a try and a few conversions for Bello. The same here for Lopez as he finishes off with a very nice little kick. That was it for this matchup. And we went to the full-time buzzer with a 3-point win, ill-discipline, and that yellow card costing Clermont as they went down in a screaming heap. Montpellier 17, Clermont 14. Match number 2 saw us on the road yet again to take on Racing 92. The man is there, Carl Niles. I don't think he played in this matchup, but this was a game where we kept all the newcomers in that starting 15 as much as possible. Switched out a couple of others. Willemse came in, Bottier came in at the back as well. But all those new guys looking for that continuity. Reece Samet kept a spot in the lineup as well. We're looking to build on what was a good result, I think, against Clermont, a team, like I said, in the last match, we struggle to beat, and hopefully we can beat this Racing side who typically aren't the best either. You may notice a few new names in these lineups as well for the AI sides, which is always cool to see. Well, it did not take us long to get underway this time. Game number 2, and we're just a few minutes into the fixture. Short plays, finding Gomez, says Bello to McDermott, cuts beautifully on the angle, finds the support line of Lamape, and welcome to Montpellier. Lamape with his first try. Beautiful red boots, and that is what this midfield can offer. Didn't get to see the power that we typically know of Lamape, but how good to see him slicing, dicing, chipping, chopping that knife. Great pass from Gomez as well. McDermott cutting back inside. Good to see the support lines from players as well. Something we typically don't see much. Now we're getting better players. They're finding that space, finding that room right under the sticks. You know what Anthony's going to do about this one, don't you? He's just going to nicely chip it over and give us a tidy 7-point lead. It is Montpellier on top early here. Just 9 minutes in of a Racing 92, 7-0. Well, while some teams may treat pre-season like a way that they can get a bit of fitness and try some combinations, we are here to win. And this beautiful ruck penalty from Montpellier at the breakdown gave us an opportunity to give our sharp shooter, Anthony Bello, a chance for another 3 points. And you know what? Nothing against these lads. We are taking it. We want an undefeated pre-season. We want to send a message to the likes of Lyon, to the Clermont of this world, and all the other teams involved as well. Great kick from Bello. We know why we're here. We're here to win. That puts us up 10-0. Racing unable to fire a shot yet as we get ourselves comfortably in the lead. Line out here for Montpellier, set us on another chance to attack. Bottier up in the line, and Bottier got smashed. Yellow card to boot as well. Off to the bin. In the rubbish you go, son. We're going to take ourselves another 3 points. Like I said last highlight, we are here to win. Yellow card or not, we see what Clermont can do. They just get boosted, and teams so often do these days. They become better when they lose a man. We don't want to let that chance happen. We're taking the 3 and we're going to reset this match like it's still 15 on 15. But this kick from our sharp shooter, number 10, Bello, puts us up 13-0. Love it. Good work. And that was all she wrote at halftime. 13 points to 0. Montpellier over Racing. Nice even little matchup actually given the scoreline. We were down on territory, but good bit of ball for both teams in the match so far. And Racing even made more line breaks. So look out second half. Well, I thought this highlight would be all about celebration because we did something beautiful. We did something fantastic. But no, the game decided, Max Malins, you don't deserve that try. Diving in on the line, putting the ball down over the line, and they cleared the line. What? Well, the second half of the matchup was a bit of a non-event. We're in the final couple minutes here, and it was a real big chance for Racing to get themselves on the board inside the 22. Rare opportunity. Short side play from them for opening it up back to the left-hand side. Look at this. Beautiful work. Chopping and changing. Bulldozing and crunching. And a brilliant try to GGL, who scores in the right-hand corner. That was an immaculate play. Power and just the ability to deceive defenders here. Switching play left and right, up and down, all over the show. Beating defenders for fun, but unfortunately for Racing, too little, too late. But we look at Reece Samet there and say, maybe, just maybe, he should have done better than that. Finn Russell, we hardly said his or saw his name. We didn't actually speak throughout most of this matchup. We didn't see him much in this game. His kicking game wasn't a part of this matchup at all, but he had a chance again for the final say. And it was Racing who put themselves up 7 points, the first of their night. And that was all they had to talk about as well. 13-7, the final score. Again, penalties. They win games, lads. And I tell you what, we're 2-0. It is time for the final pre-season hit out before we get into the top 14 fixtures. And we are finally back at home up against Agen. And we mix things up completely here. Back with all the old hands. Back with the guys you know and love. They're still here. Fiston, Guadasali, Hamadaj, Willemse, Flanquart, Geelong, Taligny, Sankoni, Paydag, Heron, Gorditsky, Skinner, Ralhag, Rutiz, and Paravani at the back. This is a game again, much like the Racing one. I expect we should be in it and doing it quite comfortably. But a team with guys like Rokaduru, who we've seen so many times, Raymond Rule and Morgan. Watch out for that guy called Morgan. 13. I'll tell you this, he's not bad. But it was not the visiting side who got off to the better start. No, it was Montpellier who started to shine. You can see that continuity right back in the front of their faces. Beautiful break on the inside from Skinner, finding the support of the finisher, Golinitsky, down the left. And after 6 or so minutes, it was Montpellier up 5 points to 0. That's the start we like. If we can keep that up, I'll be very, very happy. Just simple play here. Skinner saw that bit of space in between winger and midfielder. Then he spun it out wide when the fullback came up and gave the pace of Golinitsky a clean run home. And that is how we like it. Good start for us, 5-0. And of course, on the tee, no, there's no Bello this time. We're back old school. It's Brett Heron, he's still around. And he does take up one of those EU spots in our team as well. But still, ace goal kicker, injuries, depth, all that crap. We're going to have him. And then we got Heron, who can nail these kicks. It is 7-0. We're off to a good start. But of course, it was just moments later. Yep, we've just scored the try. Agen are kicking off. And we've got the take in from the ball. But look at what this team can do. Turnover, the breakdown, room, space, manipulation. Brilliant works. They come out to the left-hand side. And look out for the man I pinpointed earlier. Morgan, yeah, you know the name. He's in. That is a great try. Brilliant work from Agen. And they are back in the game, 7-5. And scarily, this is the game where we had the most fun. I tell you what, this was a cracker. Morgan scores his first try. Hint, hint, where this one's going. And you know why? He is something truly else. In that midfield position, a bit of pace, but the offloads were brilliant. And look at this, great finish in the corner. You love to see it. They had a chance to tie things up as well with the conversion. Noel Reid aiming things up from the left-hand side. And, you know, like these guys do, they don't miss. 7-7 the score. Agen and Montpellier tied up again. It had been a while since we've really talked about this, but injuries are something that we're going to have to really get used to. And 3 pre-season games and only our second one to go down. Harvey Skinner off, but again, didn't go on for too long. He's ready for next week. Well, a yellow card to Agen, a man down, and what did I say in the last highlight? This is a team, well, every team, are teams that just get better when they lose a man. Take a look at how good this was. I've got about 6 players on the floor as they continue to offload. Wakaduru out here on the right, past the back inside. Numbers, brilliant passing. Panavani, no chance. Look who it is. It's bloody Tyler Morgan. Second try for him, right on the stroke of half time. And that is one of the best tries of pre-season. He is something else. Next season, I want to sign him. He's bloody good. This is a great try though. Great offloading, great passing, great connectivity, manipulating the defence, passing before the tackle and putting the man in space. Something you don't see from the AI too often, and that was really upper class rugby from Agen. And as you know, Noel Reid, he's a decent goal kicker. He actually gave them a 7-point lead. That is not good enough from our perspective at all. 14-7, Agen lead. We went to half-time, and you can see why Agen are in the lead. A bit more possession, even on territory, but line breaks, they were killing us. They all got a yellow card as well. Better team at half-time, though, as they led by 7. Well, we got ourselves back into this match-up, and it's a game for 2 players in this match. It's either Morgan or it's Golinitsky. Heron, again, massive space through that midfield. Darmon, quick hands. Golinitsky, there's the finish. Darmon come on for Skinner in the midfield. He looked quite comfortable there as well. Good linking into play, and that put us back into this matchup. Kirill Goleninsky, 2 tries for him tonight, and he linked up with Morgan, also the 2-try scorer. This one was going to be an interesting finish, I feel. Tied up at 14 points apiece with this conversion. Coming right up from here, and great offload, beautiful pass, man in space, man with pace. That's how you score tries. Again, conversion, too simple from Heron, and he put us back where we all started. 14 all tied up. But of course, it would be ill discipline that let Agen down. You can see they've already got a yellow card, and there's a good reason why they didn't come out on the right side of this matchup. Second yellow card, third of the day. That is where they come unstuck. They pushed us so far, but this could be the winning of the match for us, even though it's only around the 50-minute mark. I tell you what, this was a decisive moment. Men in the bin, they did step up Agen. They really did lift their match, but it just wasn't good enough for Montpellier. Look at that, 2 yellows at the same time. They're playing league. They may as well, and they're still in this matchup. That was scary. Heron puts it over, and we are back in front, 14 points to 17. Montpellier in control at home, but I tell you what, this is a bloody scare. And that was all she wrote for this final pre-season friendly, and we have picked up another very tight win over a team I think we should be comfortably beating. Agen came to play, and they were exciting. Morgan was fantastic. Their passing and offloading was awesome to watch. They scored some great tries as well. But all in all, 14-17. Montpellier 3-0. What a start to our season. And that does wrap us up for our pre-season little summary signings, friendly matches, and all that going on. You've seen it all now. You are up to date. Now, what do you guys reckon is the best lineup for this Montpellier team? Who do you want to see starting in this team for our first match of the season? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for sticking around for the series. I'm super excited to get into season number 3 for these new names and new players. I'll see you for match number 1 very, very soon. But until then, thank you all for watching. Big thanks to all the supporters here. You can see, and if you want to join them, you know what to do. Hit up those links in the description and help out your home of rugby. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.